Alright, hi everyone, here we are for Euro Women's Squash interview number 3, possibly the most distinguished interviewee yet, Tamsyn Leevey, representing her country. I don't even know how many occasions, so that could be the first question. Including juniors as well.
Hang on, I'll just take my shoes off so I can count. I don't know, juniors and then probably 2 women's, 2 lots of women's teams.
And then some Commonwealth Games as well.
Oh yeah, Commonwealth Games.
That's pretty awesome. So you obviously had some opportunities to travel the world with squash. What's your favourite place to play?
To play would always be New Zealand. The last World Teams was amazing, best thing probably in my career. But New Zealand's best place to play, best place to go play a tournament would be Malaysia.
Oh, yeah.
I love watching the DVDs and the movies that you can pick up over there.
Very nice. What about your favourite club to play in New Zealand?
Taumaranui.
Oh yeah.
4 glass backs.
Really? No, so that's where it all began for you?
Yes.
And how old were you when you started?
Maybe, forever. Mum and Dad played squash, my brothers played squash, so when I was born that's where I was, at the squash club and at ladies' morning with my mum, probably about 2 or 3 years old.
Oh, awesome. That's a great success story for Euro Women's Squash, of course. And now you're heading more into coaching.
Yes, it's funny that, hey, you get a bit older and you suddenly have to turn to coaching to stay in the game.
It's been a bit harsh on yourself. So you're working a lot with Paris Dalrymple-Mortimer, so she's one of the top juniors at the moment, just done well over in Australia.
Yeah.
How's she going?
She's coming along really nicely. She's still only 15, so a couple more years, being a bit more mature, I think she's going to be one of the top players here in New Zealand.
Awesome.
Actually.
So what are your goals for her? What are her goals for you?
Well, so Paris and I, we want to make the New Zealand junior girls team next year.
Cool.
So that's the big one, and they go to the Cayman Islands.
Yeah, that'll be a good trip. What do you work on most for there while you're coaching her? Is it the forehand lob? Forehand trickle bunch maybe? You've got a pretty good forehand drop. Yeah. Very good forehand drop.
Some things you just don't want to pass on.
Right.
It's sort of my biggest weapon, so I'll keep that to myself for a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe the cross-court nick.
Ah.
Yeah.
I don't know much about that myself. So you've played squash for a long time and you've got a lot of friends in squash. Would you say is that one of the best things about squash for you? The social aspect, or what's your favourite player?
I mean, it's been good. Like my best friends now are the ones that I met playing squash.
Awesome.
That's been a big part, and that's probably what still kept me in the game for so long. Is the people that play. It's good times. It's a good. My kids are playing now.
Yeah.
So it's a good. I grew up playing squash, so it's a good environment.
Good family environment.
Yeah.
So who are your role models in squash or sport or life?
I really looked up to Leilani when we were juniors because I played for Waikato, and so she was the top woman there in Waikato. So she was always a good role model, and also a lady, Angie Toll, I don't know if you know her, she was in our Waikato team also.
Yeah.
She would have steak and garlic butter for breakfast, and she taught me how to cook steak. And
she sounds like Pine Tree.
And a few at the bar just sort of taught me the sort of ins and outs, how things work, and that part of the game. So
very cool. Who would you say is your favourite opponent throughout your career? Who you most enjoyed playing?
Oh, I don't know. That's a hard question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. I don't know. There's people that you definitely enjoy beating.
Yeah.
I don't really want to name names.
On that note, what would you say is the highlight of your career?
There's been some really good, I've had some good moments, lucky to have a few, but one of the ones that really stuck out for me was winning the Nationals, New Zealand Nationals.
Yeah.
I had just had a blinder of a game. I had one good match, and it happened to be in the final of that tournament, so that was cool.
Is that 05?
04?
04.
06? 04. Yeah, it was a good time. It was, just came back after having Niwa.
Oh, nice.
So it was a couple of years after that.
Yeah.
You know, my mum and dad were there, Neil was there. It was cool. It was like, you know, I did it for them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
That's cool.
Finally, we've talked a little bit about your forehand drop.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a favourite shot, you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my next question is, suppose your opponent has just played 3 consecutive lobs to the backhand back corner. What is your strategy? Go.
3 consecutive backhand. Oh, I wouldn't put it there. Oh.
This is important for all the young girls out there who are thinking about taking up squash or have started squash, and you know, you're getting that conundrum of 3 lobs in a row. What do I do now?
Well, I wouldn't put it back in that corner again for them to do that. That's what I would do.
It's a very good answer. That's a wrap. Thank you, Tamsyn.
Thanks.